Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today for another Alfred Hitchcock Presents review. Today we'll be talking about Season 4, Episode 31, Your Witness, starring Brian Keith and Leora Dana. And what did I think of Your Witness? Well, I gotta say, while this isn't a perfect episode, I enjoyed this one quite a bit. And I would almost call this an essential episode. It was really good. So, we start with one of our main characters. Her name is Naomi. And she's going to watch her husband work in court. He is a lawyer, a defense attorney, and when she gets to the courtroom, it appears he's working on a hit-and-run case. At this point, while we're in the courtroom, we get a flashback from Naomi, which was kind of abrupt. I didn't expect that, but was pretty interesting. And in the flashback, we learn that Naomi's upset because it seems like her husband Arnold was seeing another woman. He does apologize, but it doesn't seem sincere at all. He actually seems distracted and just kind of worried about his career and maybe this other woman, things like that. He starts like trying to kiss Naomi and stuff, but none of it really seems to mean a whole lot. She still seems to be upset. So then they're interrupted by this gentleman who works with Arnold, and he talks to Arnold about how it looks like the prosecution has a witness, and he seems to be pretty, squeaky clean, no prior trouble or anything like that, and he's going to be tough to crack. But Arnold seems pretty positive that they can find something on this guy, and he says, we'll start working on him. So you could tell that Arnold's kind of shady and not really worried about anything other than winning his case. So at this point, we go back to the present, and Arnold calls this witness, Babcock, to the stand. The man's name is Babcock. And Arnold really is trying to destroy this guy. I mean, he's trying to confuse him, discredit him. And it seems to be working, to be honest. So we go back to another flashback as we continue to go back and forth. And Naomi still thinks that Arnold's having this affair. Arnold pretty much admits it. He doesn't really deny it. And he basically calls his wife, Naomi, old-fashioned. And he says she's being ridiculous. Really, Arnold? She asks why they got married as they're arguing, why he married her. And Arnold says because her father had influence and because she used to be attractive like 10 years ago or something. So he insults her looks too, which, to be honest, I thought she looked pretty good still. But what do I know? I'm not sure what Arnold's problem was there. But so anyway, we're just getting the impression at this point that Arnold is not a nice person at all and definitely does not care about his wife. So we go back to the present, which Naomi's looking on more and more distressed. And he's still discrediting Babcock, but he really gets worked up. He starts questioning Babcock's integrity about where he works. He also is getting him more and more confused. Then he brings up the fact that Babcock can't see well, and he actually takes his glasses off, which I don't know if that was a little over the top, but he basically says that this man isn't fit to be a witness. He couldn't have saw what happened at this accident because of his vision. Babcock tries to explain that his vision is better now because he's had it corrected, but it seems to be too late. Arnold seems to have discredited him pretty well. He's pretty rough with this guy, and like I said, it might be a little over the top, but you just have to go with it, I guess. So at this point, we have a recess from court, and it looks like this guy that Arnold's defending is probably going to get off because looks like Babcock is being considered a non-credible witness for whatever reason. So Naomi wants to talk to Arnold during this break. She says she wants a divorce. Arnold won't hear any of it. He says, no thanks, it might cause trouble with my career. So again, that's all he really seems to care about. He also berates her looks yet again, and at this point I'm thinking that maybe Arnold needs a vision check at this point. I'm just saying again, I thought that the lady looked fine. And he also suggests that maybe she should have an affair and try and look better. It'll make her feel better. And I'm thinking at this point, this guy, something really needs to be done about Arnold at this point. So at this point, we go outside the courtroom, and Naomi meets Babcock, who was the witness. They talk, and you can tell she feels bad for the guy. He said he hoped maybe to go back into teaching, but now that's in question because of what happened in the courtroom. And you do feel kind of bad for this guy, and it Seems like Naomi does as well. So at this point, Arnold comes by. He says he wants to be dropped off somewhere or wants a ride. He doesn't care about any of this, of course. So at this point, very abruptly, Naomi's in the car and she decides she's just going to run him down, hit him. I thought this was kind of a little rushed, but it worked in the context of the episode. And apparently, the only one that saw this was our buddy Babcock. And when they question him about it, he says, you'll have to take her word for what happened, as Naomi said it was an accident. He says he's not a competent witness. So basically, it looks like things are going to work out for Naomi. Although, of course, at the end, we get Alfred Hitchcock with one of those silly things saying the community thanked her and then she got caught. But I'll leave it up to you whether Naomi really got caught or not. So I really enjoyed this episode quite a bit. It's that classic tale of kind of someone getting what's come to them, or somebody getting retribution. However you want to look at it, it's a tried and true formula that works. I did think that some of the stuff in the courtroom was slightly over the top, and I thought the ending was a bit rushed. But I really enjoyed Your Witness overall. It was very well acted by Brian Keith and Leora Dana. And I just thought it was a solid, strong episode all the way around. So I'm going to give Your Witness a 4 out of 5. And I think if you're a fan of the show, you should definitely check out this episode. Thanks for watching.